Hello, and welcome to Under the Radar. This show is created by a small classroom in the Informatics Department at Fort Hays State University. We focus our show around organizations at FHSU that students may not be familiar with. I'm your host of the week, Brahayan Rivera. Today we are joined by some students with the Institute for New Media Studies and TigerPals. Located in Malloy Hall, the Institute for New Media Studies focuses on bringing new media technologies and applications to campus for students to use in their own disciplines. Their main workshop or laboratory is in room 106 in Malloy Hall, but they work wherever students or faculty may need them. Our first guest of the day is Mariah Smith. How you doing, Mariah?
Hi.
She's working with her capstone class, working alongside the Institute for New Media Studies. Thank you for being here today, Mariah. And why don't you start by telling us a little bit about yourself and how you came to work with the Institute for New Media Studies.
Okay, well, my name is Mariah Smith. I am graduating in May and with Bachelor of Arts in Communications, Public Relations, and Advertising. It's a mouthful, but so we're here today with our capstone class. We are helping the Institute for New Media Studies under kind of the little communications umbrella. We're helping them kind of rebrand and remarket a little bit.
Okay.
So that they're hoping to get more people in the door. Hopefully that means more funding.
Right.
They really just want to get more hands-on work with students or faculty or anyone who's interested, and I guess maybe they're getting bored or but they want more hands-on experience. So.
Well, I understand that your capstone class is working with them to go ahead and rebrand. Is there anything else that you guys are particularly doing, or is it just the marketing?
It's mainly going to be the marketing side. We're kind of doing a little bit of writing, and we're trying to get some new, we're refreshing the website and all of the printing, all of those materials, promotional materials and stuff like that. We're redoing the social media pages, kind of just an overall, how can we communicate better to the people? So. Okay.
So the Institute works with a lot of different departments, communication being one of them, with you working with them. Are there any other departments that you know that have worked with them in the past? And how do they really go about that process?
They are currently, I guess they have previously worked with the psychology department to create like a 3D brain, which is really cool. There's an example of that on the website.
When you say 3D, are you talking with the 3D
virtual.
Printer? Oh, so the virtual.
Yeah,
very interesting. No, you're fine.
Yeah, so elaborate. You can like click and hover and see all the different parts, and you can spin it.
Okay.
And it'll highlight, and that one's really cool. And then there's also a virtual cow from the agricultural department that they collaborated with. And that one, I think when I saw it, there's also a video on the website for that one as well. You can put in different like hormones and see what it does to the
cow itself?
Yep, and then you can see all of their body parts and stuff like that.
How it interacts with the system, and interesting. Yep. Okay, real quick to go back to the virtual reality with the cow and the. I know Victor Tiger is going to be added as well. Yeah,
there's a virtual Victor. So basically, they take lots of computer stuff.
The inner workings.
Yes, but it can be a talking Victor E on the computer. So they're hoping to kind of do that with either athletics or maybe some incoming students,
Okay.
hoping to get them, you can say, you know, their name and
Right.
we're so happy that you were here last Tuesday or something like that. So it can be very personalized,
Interesting.
and Victor like actually talking to them
Right,
through their
right.
computer or their phone screen or however they choose to view
That
it.
seems like a good way of getting the students involved, like, especially new students, freshmen
Yeah.
coming in.
Yeah,
Very,
hopefully
very nice.
that's the key. So yeah.
Can you go in a little bit about the laboratory that you guys work out of? I know you being in the capstone class don't necessarily spend too much time there, but if you go into a little detail about that, that would be wonderful.
Right. So you can find the lab. It's Malloy Hall 106, and that one inside they have. It's actually really cool. They have a display of like a century's worth of technology and communications, tools and all of that set up. They have a like a interactive table.
Okay.
So like you can get on there and you can play like ping pong with each other, or you can get on Google Maps and find your house and stuff like that. That one's really cool. They have a 3D printer that, as long as you know how to program it,
Right.
you can 3D print whatever you're looking or interested in. There's also virtual reality goggles. So those are really fun. You can play games. I think they have a couple that are uploaded in there, and they can put you under the water and you can look around in there. And then there's also some augmented reality that you can record. They did a Christmas kind of message where they had like presents in their hand and there was a Christmas tree behind them, but it was like actually them standing on the screen. So
right.
kind of what you think would be green screen, but there's no green screen anymore.
Yeah,
so.
very, very cool
Yeah.
technology for sure. Let's see here. There has been talk about new technologies being added to the Institute. Do you know of any that you personally would like to see or that you have heard that they would want to bring to the Institute?
Besides the virtual Victor, they definitely, there's a new research project with Matthew Clarke here.
Okay.
So Dr. Gordon Carlson and Matthew Clarke are working together with some students, and they're doing a 3D video. So you know when you get
Okay.
your phone out and you can look around and up and down like that. And they're actually doing that. I think it's 6 GoPros that they have, and they seam that video together to create something. They have a couple different videos out. Tiger Media Network actually published one as well that you can see on their website.
Now that collaboration is with the Media Study Department, correct?
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned Matthew Clarke. Do you know any students involved with that?
There is Alex Perez, as far as I know. That's the only person that I know that is definitely working with them. So.
Do you know by chance any way that you can get involved with the new institute?
Yeah, so definitely, if you're interested, you're going to want to check us out on our website. Check out our social media pages. We are on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, all of them basically, Instagram. So you can follow us at New Media Institute, or and then there's email. You can always email as well. New Media Institute something.
That's right. We can flash it up on the
Institute
screen.
New Media Studies at FHSU.edu.
We can get that information up. No worries. Thank you, Mariah, for being here today. Do you have anything else that you would like to add, maybe that we didn't quite go over?
I don't think so. Just come out if you're interested. They'd love to work with you and see how they can help you, actually. So.
And I do understand that they are really wanting to collaborate with as many departments as possible. So if you're interested, if you got a cool idea, by all means, please go ahead and reach out to them. I'm sure they would love to help. Mariah, thank you very much for being here today. Up next, we will be joined by Leslie Lawrence, another student from the capstone class. Welcome back. Our second guest is Leslie Lawrence, also working with the Institute as part of her capstone class project. Thank you, Leslie, for being here today. Very much appreciated. So why don't we go ahead and first start off with a little bit about yourself and how you came to work with Institute for New Media Studies.
Okay, well, I am also a senior and I'll graduate next December.
Okay.
But in the capstone class, Dr. Carlson noticed that most of us are PR majors, so we are focusing on marketing for the Institute for New Media Studies.
Okay.
And so with that being said, we have a lot of different things we're doing in that class. We're totally kind of revamping the program to get their name out.
Okay.
So we're working on the website, all the social media platforms, and we're also doing brochures that can be passed out to students and faculty and community members around the area.
I'm sorry for interrupting you,
No.
but that's a good little topic there. You said around the community as well. So this institute necessarily isn't just for the students or for staff. It's whoever's got a good idea that they could use the work or use the lab.
We're definitely reaching to get more partnerships around, all around. So far, we've had some with different colleges around the world or around America, but we're also working with on campus. And we're trying to get community partners. Like we've contacted local radio stations and like Next Tech and Eagle Communication. So we're hoping to gain experience from them that we can bring back to the New Media Institute and kind of see and go from there.
That's good. That's good to hear.
Yeah.
Can you go into the process? I know you just mentioned you want to get Eagle Communication and people like that. Is it just your class reaching out to them, or is this part of the institute itself where they get students and they go out and talk to them?
Well, not necessarily the institute is working on that. That's kind of why they are having us market for them. Yes, so we're reaching out to them, and we've also reached out to Brett Bruner, and we're going to try to further this by reaching out to prospective students that are coming to visit campus.
That's a good plan.
Yes, so we can bring as much attention and attraction to the institute itself.
That's good. That's good. You did mention something about the website. You were revamping the website. Can you talk a little bit more about that, what your particular work in it has been?
Yes, so some of the work that I've actually been doing is I've rewrote the content with some help with some of my team members, and we've edited videos. We've made it more easy to reach out to the institute in general and get in contact with them.
Right.
Some of the things we've added is in our lab tab, and in there it kind of tells what you can do in the lab itself.
Okay.
And then we have a projects tab of kind of what all we've been working on in general. And if you want to even get to know about us, all of the tabs have information, but the homepage and the news and accomplishment tabs are up, so you can see what all we've accomplished and done, and the institute itself on how much it's grown since when it started.
And that's another good question. When did the institute start? How long has it been since it's been here at Fort Hays?
Well, it's been here for 4 years. It started in 2014, and Dr. Gordon Carlson is the head man in charge. He's very easy to work with and has a lot of great ideas, constantly busy, so he loves the work itself.
And now he's got a communication background. Is that how your class got involved? Is he your professor for your capstone class?
Yes, he is our professor. He also has a doctorate in the study too, so he knows a lot about how to go about getting the institute started and then marketing, and he's just very smart in general, so he has a lot of good ideas.
That's good, that's good. So do you see a bright future for the institute here at Fort Hays?
I really do. I think with all the partnerships we're about to gain and some of the ones that we're reaching, I know they also have grants that they are reaching out for, and seeing them grow is huge, because just from December to now, there's a huge change, just seeing the growth of the institute.
And that's been mostly your end, right? Your class?
Yes. We've been really trying.
That's good, that's good. Well, unfortunately, that's all the time we have for you today. Thank you so much, Leslie, for stopping by. And if there's any more information or if you'd like to get involved, make sure to stop by Malloy Hall, correct?
Yes, Malloy Hall, room 106.
Room 106. And what times is that lab open?
They're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Yep. Thank you.
Welcome back to Under the Radar. We're now joined by Grace Boosingh from the TigerPals. Thank you for joining us, Grace.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Why don't we go ahead and start, and why don't you tell us a bit about yourself and how you came to be involved with TigerPals?
Okay. Well, I'm a freshman here at Fort Hays, and I know Jake and Keyshawn through track.
Okay.
They're on my team.
And they are currently the leaders of TigerPals, correct?
Yes. So yeah, they just handed it over to John and I. And
congratulations.
Yeah, very excited about it, for sure. So yeah, they just kind of handed it over to us, but Johnny was involved with Special Olympics, like
Okay.
helping out with that. And I was just in the Wilson School helping out with students there.
Okay.
And then through that, Jake and Keyshawn just kind of approached us, and they're like, we need to pass it on because we're leaving. Would you two like to handle it? And I was like, well, I guess so. It's going to be a challenge, but I'm up for a challenge. So
there you go.
yep.
Right? That's good. That's good. And I gotta say, you guys are doing some wonderful stuff.
Yeah, we're
you
very
really,
excited.
really
yeah.
are. Okay, let's see. Can you tell us a bit about TigerPals and what you guys are trying to do around the Hays community?
Yes, so we work in 3 elementary schools, a preschool, and Hays High. And so Hays High is the Special Olympics. Wilson Elementary work with kids on IEPs
Okay.
for like an hour a day. And then kids at Lincoln, we just work with first graders and kindergartners who the teacher wants to pull out for an hour just to work on, not even an hour, 20 minutes about, to work on rhyming or shapes or something like that, just to give them
Right.
some extra attention.
For
And
sure, for sure.
typically we switch between the kids. And then at Roosevelt, we help with kids in their star room, so special needs kids. We help with them and spend about an hour with them a day, just doing whatever, following their routine. And then, Special Olympics is just like sports practices. And then the preschool, we just have people there helping the teachers because you know how kids are just full of energy. So
Definitely.
we just help them with the teachers. And that's kind of the rundown. And then we also do Night to Shine. Jake and Keyshawn organized that last year, and so we'll be taking over that this year. And
So did that just begin last year then?
yes.
Oh,
yes.
wow, so it's very
yeah.
relatively
So Jake
new.
and Keyshawn were on the main team, and I think there was 4 others with them. Yeah, and they did a phenomenal job.
They really did, yeah. No,
John and I helped with it, and it was one of the happiest moments I've had for sure. So.
It really brings that out from you, doesn't it?
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
just experiencing those nights is very, very rewarding for sure.
Yes. Yeah.
So with your work around the schools, is that scheduled? Is that you just show up whenever you guys have time or whenever you have volunteers?
So we have a leader of each school. So they kind of organize the lessons plans or communicate with the teachers or set up the practice.
Okay.
And it is a set day every week. So like, for example, with Wilson, on Mondays we go in and we're there for just an hour. We're in the art room because that's the free room at the time. And we just work on a worksheet, or we read books. We planted some vegetable plants, things like that.
Right.
So
Just to keep them entertained and
yes,
interactive.
yeah,
for
and
sure.
each school has its own day and its own time.
Okay, are you guys pretty much booked the whole week then? Is that so? You have Wilson every Monday.
Yes.
Do you have Lincoln every Tuesday?
Yes, actually correct.
Wow.
And then Special Olympics every Tuesday morning,
Wow.
Roosevelt every Wednesday, and the early childhood preschool is every Thursday morning.
Man, that is incredible. How many volunteers are you guys being able to mobilize?
Well, every school is different, so I know there's just 2 at the preschool, and then we range from anywhere probably from 7 to maybe 12 at Wilson, not
Okay,
including
wow.
us or the school leaders.
Right.
And then also we have the 2 doctors who are doing the research study at Wilson. They're there. And then at Lincoln, we have probably 5 to 7 volunteers, not including the school leaders. And then we have 3 at Roosevelt. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Going back to Night to Shine, what kind of organizations are taking part of that night? I mean, I know you guys are just. I mean, is it for a specific group of people that you guys hold that? Or is that a closed event? Or I mean, what kind of event is Night to Shine, I guess?
So it is a prom for people with special needs or disabilities, and it's open to anyone of all ages. So we had people from like 13 to 65 that were
Wow.
there, just having a great night. And it was people from all over the state. I know some people made a very long drive to be there. All of our volunteers were mostly from the Hayes area. And the college was a lot of people, but I know like people from DS&WK. I think there might have been like one TigerPals person, probably like with the Special Olympics, that would have
Right.
been there just because of like the age group that was there. But yeah, it's open to anyone who is not able to attend their own high school prom because they're
Right.
not integrated into the school system. So that's kind of just how it works, just giving everybody that opportunity to have that special night.
That Night to Shine, yeah.
Yep,
No,
that
that's
Night to Shine.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, that's all I have. That's all the time I have for you today, Grace. Thank you for being here today. Up next, we're going to have John, and he's going to talk about a little bit on how you guys can get involved. Welcome back. Hello, John. How are we doing today?
Good.
Why don't we go ahead and start? Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got involved with TigerPals?
So I'm a freshman here, and I kind of started just with Special Olympics, just Tuesday mornings and going, and then I got involved with Night to Shine.
Okay.
So I kind of got the ball rolling. I really enjoyed that, and so just kind of want to learn more. And so I started talking to Keyshawn, and then I realized he was a senior, and he and Jacob started talking to me to them for the church as well. And so like kind of asked me, like, are you interested in taking this over? I was like, sure. So I just kind of dove into it, and now the ball's rolling. It's kind of our baby now.
So how have you been handling it so far then? How has that transition been?
So I've just kind of like trying to learn how the program works and everything. So I've
Right.
gone to all the schools and done all of it. So I mean, it's been really easy so far because they're still here. So
Right,
We're not
good
fully
point.
in charge yet, so
Yeah,
we don't
good
have
point.
the full responsibility yet. But it's been good to learn about all the programs we have for
Right.
sure.
And I'm sure Keyshawn will stay in contact with you if you need any help,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
That's good to hear. So you said you've been working with the Special Olympics. How many times have you done that? Or how long has it been since you've worked with them?
So I started like halfway through first semester or
Okay.
closer to the end of first semester. And so every week from then on, I've done that every Tuesday morning. So, and then like we did basketball. And so they could play basketball for probably 45 minutes, kind of practice, and we'd scrimmage every day.
Right.
And then they had state basketball. And so I was an assistant coach for that. And that was a really cool experience. I enjoyed that.
And
a
that
lot.
was just recent, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was about a month ago. It was
A
in
month ago.
March. So
That's very
it
nice.
was before spring break. And I think we ended up taking second or third. So
Really?
Yeah, it
that's
was cool.
great to hear, man. That's awesome.
yeah, it was awesome.
So how many participants, I guess, are in the Special Olympics that you know of?
So it kind of ranges from like 12 to 14, depending on the day.
Okay.
Sometimes they'll have like a couple people just show up, and then I'll never see them again. But normally
Right.
there's probably about 12, and so we just scrimmage. They'll rotate in. So
And is that part of just like say Wilson School, or is it throughout the whole community?
it's actually just Hayes High. It's high school.
Oh,
students.
so it is just
So,
Hayes High.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's built in their schedule that they have this time off Tuesday
Gotcha.
mornings, and they'll all
Okay.
come in, and so yeah, it's a pretty neat deal.
That is pretty neat, man. That's very awesome to hear. What other activities does TigerPals be involved in? Like, what else do they do?
So pretty much the other side is the education side, and we're in 3 elementary schools and then 1 preschool. And so we go in, there's different schools, they kind of different things, but generally we're just gonna go in, have one-on-one time with them, do a lesson plan, and then at some schools like go and have recess with them and kind of just hang out, and
Right.
they enjoy it because we're bigger and they like to mess with us. So it's a good time, and learning's the biggest part, but also having fun with them and letting them
Exactly
enjoy
right.
it as well.
Yeah, just being a part of their life, essentially. Yeah, I hear you for sure. So when I was talking to Keyshawn, your current president, he had mentioned a research project that you guys are in the works, or maybe it has concluded already.
Right.
Can you go into a little bit of detail in that?
Yes, so the research project is at Wilson, and it's based on healthy habits and healthy eating.
Okay.
So Dr. Moore and Dr. Lubin are 2 professors from here, and they go in and they help as well. And so every week every Monday we go in and we'll read a book about something healthy habits, and the lesson plan will be around there, and then they have their vegetarian plants they plant, and so that's just kind of all part of it.
Right.
They did a pre-test at the beginning of the year, and we just finished our post-test last week. So we're just going to kind of see the results, and then based off that, we'll see what our next research project will be, and kind of what we've been talking about, Grace and I, and then the two, Dr. Moore and Dr. Lubin, was maybe a project centered on social, physical, and cognitive skills.
Okay,
And
right.
so doing that and
Seeing
kind of
how-
creating lesson plans for them and pre-test and post-test, and seeing how much it changes, how much they learn, to see how effective the research
program
is.
itself
Right.
is. Right, right. That's really cool, man. That's really, really cool to see. Now, do you guys think you'll just stick with Wilson, or do you eventually want to branch that program out?
So we do want to branch it out. Long-term picture, we actually want to kind of brand TigerPals and get it
Okay.
actually out to different schools in Kansas to start. And so we want to like make these lesson plans, and so they'll be able to send them out to different schools and they use
Right.
the same things.
Okay, okay.
So we want to be in different schools as well, but it's just a long-term, big picture goal right now.
Oh, for
so-
sure, but that's a goal, right? And
Right.
that's something you guys can shoot for. That is incredible, man.
Right. Thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you for being here very, very much. Unfortunately, that is all the time we have for today. Real quick, before we do go out, is there any way or that that volunteers can contact you if they want to be a part of this, part of the research,
Right.
you know, or anything like that?
Absolutely. So my email is jeegan@mail.fhsu.edu.
Okay,
And then my phone number is 316-644-7416. They can
perfect.
contact me anytime. I'm almost always awake. But or if they see us on campus, either me or Grace, they can just come up to and talk to us. We're friendly
Perfect.
people. So
Well, thank you so much, John. I
Yep.
appreciate you being here, man.
thank you.
Of course, of course. New Media Studies, or the Institute for New Media Studies, is located in Malloy Hall, room 106. It is open through Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. and Fridays through appointment. TigerPals can be contacted through the email and phone number just provided. So if you're very interested in any of these programs, or you would like to just participate or volunteer a couple hours here and there, please make sure you contact them. This has been Under the Radar. Make sure you join us next week for our next program. Thank you.